Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Down to Earth Astronomy. This is another episode of Hello Dave, my small video vlog where I'm talking about what's going to happen to the channel in the future, and this is also the place where I would often be asking you guys for input if I'm going to make any major or maybe even minor changes to the content of the channel. And the reason why I made this blog is because I recently, a couple of months ago, I purchased an Oculus Rift, and it is currently being shipped to me. That means that in the future I'm planning to do a lot of virtual reality related games. I already have a long list of games that I want to play. I purchased many of them. But I also want to get you guys input. Do you have any virtual reality games that you think are good? I would prefer that they are kind of astronomy related, so something to do with space, but it's not a must. There will be games, I think, that will not be related to space or to astronomy, but I will try to keep the focus in that general area. That is, after all, what my intentions was with the channel to start with. There will be some time before we're up, because my current computer cannot actually run the Rift at an acceptable frame rate, but I've already ordered new components to upgrade it, and I'm waiting for those to arrive. Unfortunately, I think they will arrive after the Rift, so I'll have to have that lying around for some time, waiting for the components to actually ship. But again, some of the games that I've been looking at is, of course, let me look at my list here. We're of course going to look at Elite Dangerous. That's probably going to be one of the first things I'm going to do. That was pretty much my main reason why I bought the Rift in the first place, is because I want to play Elite Dangerous on the Rift, and with my hands on stick and throttle, I think that's going to be an amazing experience. I've been playing EVE for a long time, haven't been playing lately, but I'm a big fan of the EVE universe. I think I spent 7 years or something playing EVE Online. So I'm of course gonna play EVE Valkyries. That's kind of a must for me as well. And because I sometimes enjoy those first-person shoot-'em-up kind of games. I think it's gonna play out a bit like World of Tanks in space in VR. And I enjoy games like World of Tanks, World of Warships. I play that in my spare time when I'm not doing videos for this channel. I've also been looking at games like Adrift. What else do I have here on my list? There's something called I have a long list here, but VR. Oh yeah, there's something called Volo Air Sport. That's not actually an astronomy game. It's more like you have this wingsuit on and you fly down in different areas. So I think it's gonna be a fun tech demo for the Rift. There's a game that's coming out. It's not really out yet. I think it's on Indiegogo, if I recall correctly, called Go for Launch Mercury. And which is a game a bit like that Apollo 11 VR experience that you might have heard of. But essentially, they're going to simulate real spaceship launches in virtual reality, and you would have some of, I think, limited control at least over the spacecraft. I think it's more going to be like a story on rails where you can sit and enjoy the view. At least that's my impression of the Apollo 11 virtual reality experience. I'm not sure what the other things are going to be, but I'm definitely going to look at that. Then there's something called Discovering Space, which is essentially a bit like Universe Sandbox, but where you fly around in a small spaceship in VR, and you can go around and you can explore the solar system and the galaxy. And I think that's going to be very, very interesting and very, very funny. So that's in VR, what I'm looking at the moment, and I'm also looking at other games that's not strictly VR related. There's a game called Planet Base, it's a bit like the awful trading company that I looked at for some time ago. Um, but it looks like it plays out different. It's not like a competitive game in the same way that you play against an AI. It's more like a survivor game where where you control a base and you have to make sure that your crew aboard your base so you can survive. And for non-space related games, I'm also probably gonna look at No Limit 2. It's a roller coaster simulator, and other VR games. I have a long list of stuff that I want to do. But that's what I have in mind. If you guys have other suggestions, if you already have a headset and have played on any of the games, I would love to hear your impressions and your thoughts on the games. And if you have played other games, have heard of other games that you think I should take a look at, put a comment down below the video, and I'll be sure to look it up and see if it's something that I think will be interesting and something that will fit on the channel. And I think that's about it. If any of this sounds interesting to you, consider subscribing to the channel. Yeah, well, that's it. Until next time, have a good one.